Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Objective Slant. You know who I am. I'm Michael Aaron Lloyd, and it is the month of March. It's great to be back here again. And I gotta say, we got a lot to talk about today, man. Let me tell you. Um, First off, let's just get the coronavirus stuff out of the way right now. Just go wash your hands. I'm a germaphobe myself, so I just wash my hands pretty much every every 5 minutes or so. But yeah, there's been like some conflicting reports. Yeah, there's people out there with the virus, but at the same time, there's people that's not getting checked for the virus, the airports, and there's a ton of stories about, the coronavirus right now. At least 3,000 have passed, and, at least 100,000 have been affected or whatever, however many people it's been. And, of course, there's people that have broken quarantine just to, uh, do something else. And it's just crazy. It has come to this state, our great state of Texas, and it's hard to prepare for. You just gotta. You never know who it could be, because people really, obviously, you don't know everybody's medical history and stuff like that. But somebody could just happen to have the virus, and you may not even know. Um, and honestly, it's another one of those viruses where, we'll probably come up with something for it, very soon. Who knows? But right now, it's not looking too pretty. Um, and everything's been affected. The economy's been affected. The Wall Street stuff's been down. All the Dow and all the little stocks and stuff. I don't know all the names of the stocks, but stocks been going down. People have been able to travel, where they want to go and stuff like that. You can't really go to Japan right now. You can't really go to China right now. You can't really, you can't really go anywhere. You can't go to Africa. Apparently, Africa really hasn't had, if any, cases of the virus. There was, last time I checked, there were only like 3 cases, and that obviously got squashed real quick. But the coronavirus is a very, very dangerous virus. We talked about it last month. It emerged last month, and it has not really changed. The situation has not changed at all, and we just need to better prepare ourselves. There's not really a shot right now that can do anything about it, because it spreads by touch. And of course people are making jokes, because why not, hide your money away. Coronavirus spreads through money or something like that. But yeah, the coronavirus is not the it's not the be all end all to this situation right now. I think earlier yesterday, or I don't know how long it was, but did sign an $8.3 billion deal to, get some funding to combat this virus. And it was pretty interesting that Rand Paul didn't even, I was just checking before I got up in here, and it's interesting that Rand Paul did not vote for it. He did not vote for coronavirus to, defenses and stuff like that, which is odd, considering, this virus is affecting, it's affecting people's lives, and it's going to affect us at some point, whether we like it or not. So now we got to stay on our toes. But why would you disagree to sign something into law that could, help us, get everything better again? Because, there's all sorts of different viruses and diseases and stuff like that, it's obviously very dangerous, when you travel, or, when you're talking about the economy and stuff like that. But we just passed through them. This is a little bit different, because this is something this is a new strain of the virus that we've never seen before, and it again, it's affecting every facet of our lives right now. It's affecting, you know, people are out here wearing masks. I've seen like 10, 15 people in the past week, have a little mask on, to protect themselves, and again, just proper, hygiene, wash your hands, use hand sanitizer, all that good stuff to keep yourself safe again. And yeah, who knows how long the coronavirus will last, maybe it'll be here for a while, maybe not, you never know. But yeah, there goes that. Second big thing we need to talk about is the whole Super Tuesday thing. The Democratic primaries is still going on, and it's just not stopping right now. Right now, really, you only have two options, and that is Joe Biden or Bernie Sanders. Everybody else has dropped out or is not even relevant to the conversation anymore. For example, Elizabeth Warren did not even come close to winning her home state of Massachusetts. Did not even come close. I think she only got like 20% of the vote or something like that. That was one statistic I read, but she did not come even close at all. It would have probably, because, we all knew that she really wasn't going to, win it all, but, well, maybe you didn't, but, I didn't think so myself. Once the momentum started turning in favor of Bernie and Biden, I didn't think that Warren was going to be that third wheel, that third wheel option that was going to get snuffed out really quick. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And speaking of other candidates like Bloomberg, his ads were very aggressive. I am not going to lie to you. Like, I saw, I don't know how many Mike Bloomberg ads on TV for the past few weeks saying, all these different stuff. And even though the guy really isn't the best kind of guy to be running for president, because he does like to do police crackdowns on African Americans and stuff like that, but nobody wants to talk about that anymore. But the fact of the matter is that Bloomberg only won American Samoa, which for some reason only has 11 delegates to give out, even though there probably should only be one delegate. Considering that they don't even, I don't know if they vote in the main election or not, but yeah, he didn't even come close. He spent all that money for pretty much nothing at this point. He's probably going to back somebody like Biden, and he's not backing Bernie. And speaking of backing Biden, a lot of guys and gals out there are indeed backing Joe Biden, even though the man just can't come up with a coherent sentence to save his life, half the time. We'll meme it to death. That there's just been so many quotes by Biden where he's just like, I don't think the man knows what he's talking about anymore, but a lot of people are still backing him anyway, and it just is what it is. He's in the lead for the delegates right now, so, and of course, you got to get like 1,900 plus, I think, 1,900 plus delegates to, win the nomination. So we got some time. We got some time, y'all. Speaking of the other candidates, real quick, Pete Buttigieg, he really didn't have much momentum at all. Like the morning that he dropped out, it was all strong. He was all affirmed. He was like, yes, we're going to do this. We're going to get this victory. We're going to get all these states and stuff like that. But then, it just went like, no, No, not at all. Not at all, fam. Not at all. You're done. And like a few hours after he said that, after his confidence, was at an all-time high, he dropped out of the race entirely. Not sure about Tulsi Gabbard or other candidates. I'm not sure about them right now. I think they're still kind of in it, but I don't see them in it anymore. Nobody talks about them anymore, so I think they dropped out as well. Um, like Klobuchar and Gabbard, I think they dropped out at some point, but I don't remember because nobody really talked about them at all. Nobody talked about them at all, which is something. But what about people, that aren't, candidates, but are in like the Democratic, party? What are they thinking? They're going with Biden. Well, whoever wins the nomination, you probably should, just pick whoever's going to win the nomination. I know there's a lot of people backing Biden, not a lot of people backing Bernie right now. Um, Not a lot, Of course, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said she'll back, whoever wins the nomination, big key Democrat that has risen up, in the past year or so. She said she'll just support whoever wins the nomination at this point. And we still got a long way to go as far as states are concerned. Yeah, sure, 14 states voted last week on Super Tuesday, and you know, California went to Bernie Sanders. That was one of the bigger prizes. And then Texas surprisingly went to Joe Biden. Of course, other states, voted as well, which we really won't get into because I don't know all the states that voted. Um, and it's very important to know that, in big, large states like Texas or California, that people were still in line, still voting, or at least trying to vote after the polls closed, which, is absolutely fantastic, But as far as the youngins go, our younger population goes, the 18, you usually like to group us in the 18 to 29 demographic. We did not go out and do our our duty. And again, we did not go out and do our duty and vote. Again, I do have to stress, that you don't technically have to, but it is very much encouraged. People like think that you just, oh, okay, vote, 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 but there's certain people out there that are like, yeah, no, maybe I don't want to vote. Maybe for many different reasons. We there's not as much time as to go into all the reasons. But if we had to go into all the reasons as to why people don't vote, we'd be here all day. But I think like the statistic was like 13.7% or something like that. I'll have to check my statistics again. Or something like that later on, but the main point of the situation is the young people are backing Bernie Sanders, but either could not go vote for him or they just didn't want to vote for him. And that's just the main tenet of the situation here. If you really want Bernie Sanders to, get the nomination, you gotta get out there, y'all. You gotta get out there. And I know some people are kind of turned off to his more, his more controversial policies and stuff like that, like the cancel all student loan debt, which at this point probably should happen, but at this point, it's just like the debt is just way too high, and people are not making enough money to pay it off, so it's just like it's a lose-lose situation for everybody when it comes to student debt right now. It still is. It's not going to change unless something major happens, and Bernie is promising that. Bernie is promising something major, but Biden he's the kind of guy, he's the safer choice here, and a lot of people are still, coming out and trying to pick him for the nomination. And it's very important to know that, there's a lot of people that are saying right now that maybe if Bernie got the nomination, he'll have much more of a chance to get Donald Trump, which, I mean, to be fair, it's been 4 years of Donald Trump at this point, and it has been something, to say the least. It has been some kind of ride that we've been on, to say the least. But in my personal opinion, and this is just me, if the Democratic nomination were to go to Joe Biden, it probably would end the same way as 2016. I'm just saying out here, y'all, that it would probably end up the same way as 2016, if not worse, for, as far as like getting a Democrat into the White House as president again. And it is not looking too pretty right now, because I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you could say about Joe Biden. Of course, there's a lot of stuff you could say about Donald Trump. Of course, that's just it's just been that way at this point. But we've been tugging at the strings of Joe Biden, and things have just been getting weirder and weirder, and and more crazy and more hard to talk about when it comes to Joe Biden, but it just is the way it is right now, as far as who's going to be the Democratic nominee. It's going to be a very long, very arduous process. We still got a lot of time though, so until November we still got a lot of time, about 8 months. So we'll check back in on the Democrats and stuff, see what they're doing maybe next month. Who knows if that's relevant to the conversation at hand. Meanwhile, on the, again, talking about the coronavirus, there's been a lot of stuff going on with the coronavirus. Like, whole events have been canceled, and I wonder what the candidates' stances are on the coronavirus. Obviously, it's a very dangerous, very, very susceptible disease that people can get, and you just gotta wash your hands. Stay, keep your hygiene good and stuff like that, and you should be fine. Or, maybe get a mask. Who knows? But if not, just stay clean out there. But yeah, spring is right around the corner. So, what are y'all doing? Spring break is obviously about to be here very shortly, as far as, the time frame of this episode being filmed is concerned. So what are y'all doing for y'all spring break plans? Hope y'all are enjoying yourselves out here, because it is starting to get a little bit warmer. Not too warm just yet, but it's getting a little bit warmer outside. It was nice this morning when I got up in here. Thought it was going to be a lot colder, but it was just nice outside, and it was just so beautiful to see the sun out there shining and stuff like that. It was just great. It was just fantastic. Let me tell you that, to see, what in the world, it's just gonna be fun, to watch, the months unfold as it gets warmer and warmer. And March is always my favorite, time of the year. This March, April, May range, it's spring. It's my favorite season. It's the best type of season, at least here in Texas. I don't know about other states, but that's the best time of the year in Texas. All the time. Summer is just scorching hot, 100 degrees all the time. Winter, it's just kind of cold and gross, and there's all sorts of different seasons in the winter as well. And then you got the fall, where it started to get cold, but it's also still 100 degrees. And it's just like, no, I don't like that type of weather at all. But spring is the perfect weather. You got the rain, April showers bring May flowers and stuff like that. That whole phrase. And it's just like, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Um, let me tell you, I'm not really doing anything for spring break. I'm not gonna lie to you, but not doing anything at all. Probably just gonna chill, and that's just what you probably should do at this point. Just chill, relax. Most of us here, some of you, or whoever's watching this program is probably coming up on the cusp of graduating. Continue to bring this up. And just enjoy yourselves. If you're graduating this year, you got 2 months left. uh, you're gonna make it, and you're gonna get your diploma, and not diplomas, degrees. And it's gonna be great, man. Cannot wait for my graduation myself. And as far as this show is concerned, do have to, I do have to now, make this known. Um, this show will be ending very soon. As far as graduation is concerned, I will be gone from Denton, very, very soon. It's not going to be, like, oh, wow, like July or something like that. It'll be like quicker than that, probably. Who knows? It just depends on the time frame, but the show will be ending, which is, kind of sad, but, we'll go out in style like we always do, because that's what we do around here. But, enjoy yourselves this spring break and have a wonderful time, and just stay safe out there. Think about, who you're going to vote for. Of course, Texas already voted, but if you're watching somewhere else, a different state that hasn't voted already yet, think about it. Who are you going to vote for? Think about it. Who do you want to see in the White House, opposite of your vice president of choice or whatever? Think about it. Could it be Joe Biden? Could it be Bernie Sanders? Think about it. And again, just stay safe. My name is Michael Lloyd, and we're signing out here, and we'll see you guys next month with another show. And yeah, just take care. Thank y'all. Peace.